Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda. Today is Friday, which means it's time for 5 on Friday. So this is a series that was started by Suey at Suey's Book Banner, where every Friday we give you 5 recommendations based on some sort of a theme. Suey and I do not coordinate our videos, so we do different things. I checked before I started this video, and this week Suey is doing New England authors. So I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really excited to see what she's got there. I am doing something completely different. Also, a difference between Suey and I. Suey, puts a lot of thought into her videos and makes them nice and edited and slick. I set a timer for 5 minutes and try to do everything in 5 minutes. No editing. This time especially, I have all the books I'm going to recommend right here, so there really is no editing. So, let's get started. We always start with me. Now my watch is not cooperating. There we go. Set my timer for 5 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, this week I decided, because a lot of people are talking about the Missing Christie readathon in December, I'm going to give you 5 of my favorite Agatha Christie books so far. I am currently doing a read of all of Agatha Christie's works, and I'm about a third of the way through her novels, so there are a lot I haven't read yet, but these are my favorites so far. I have ranked these from number 5 to number 1, and I will also let you know if the book is a good starter, because there's lots of places where you can start with Christie, but not every book is a good place to start with Christie. So let's get going. At number 5, and there is an explanation as to why this is at number 5, is The Murder of Roger Ackroy. This probably deserves to be number 1 or 2. The reason it's at number 5 is because one day I was very innocently watching a documentary hosted by David Suchet about Agatha Christie, and he spoiled this book. This book cannot be spoiled. So I went into this book knowing what happens in it, which was such a letdown. It's still a wonderful book. It's also a really important book to read because there we go. It changed kind of the crime writing landscape when it came out. So I do highly recommend it. However, this is not, it's a Poirot novel. It's not a great starting Poirot novel. I would recommend reading one of the Poirot novels that come before this. So a good place to start is always The Mysterious Affair at Styles, because that's the first one, but there's other ones before this that you could start with, or start with his short stories. So I wouldn't start with this, but it could be the second or third one you read. Number 2 is The Sinniford Mystery. This is a standalone, and I really hadn't heard anything about it. I don't have the character's name in it. But the reason why I love this book is the hero in it has so much moxie. I love her. It was a good, solid mystery, and I just love this main heroine. And it shows that Christie can have a lot of fun with her characters. It's also a very shiny cover, so I do apologize for that. As this is a standalone book, you can start with this one. If you've never read any Christie, this is a fine place to start. But yes, so The Sinniford Mystery is a lot of fun. It's definitely a little more fun than, say, Poirot and Marple, but it's not as madcap as, say, Tommy and Tuppence. So it's kind of in the middle there, but I really enjoyed this one. Number 3 is one of her more famous ones, which is Death on the Nile. I am one of those weird Christie fans who loves Christie books and also enjoys the Kenneth Branagh adaptations. However, I did not like the adaptation of this one because he missed the heart of the book. What makes this one so good is that Christie really gets into the question of the human spirit and the way we treat one another, and that was absent from the movie. But it's very clear in the book, and because of that, I really think this is a great one to start with, or a great one to read. As for starting with it, you probably could start with it. Again, I just think if you're going to read a Poirot, you're going to start with The Mysterious Affair at Styles, because it's his first one. But there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to start with this one. A lot of good atmosphere, great mystery, but really it's the characters and their motivations and the things that they do to each other that really make this book. Number 4, and this one's a little bit different. This is Come Tell Me How You Live and as you can see, this one's actually by Agatha Christie Mallowan. This is not a mystery. This is a memoir. And it is a memoir. It reads like it's one trip, but it's actually several trips over a period of 5 years, I think, of archaeological digs that she did with her husband, her second husband, Max Mallowan, in what is now Iraq. it might have been a rock then. I can't remember. So this book was so unexpected because this is the first of her nonfiction I'd read. And I expected it to be very much like, you know, very measured and paced like her fiction. But this is just delightful and unexpected and just fun. I think one of the reasons why I like it is I heard on the, I gotta hurry. On one of the podcasts that this book is a love letter to Max Mallowan. So there's a lot of love in this book. I have a really important side note on this that I'm not going to include here. I will do it at the end. Okay. Number 1, and then there were none. This is, in my opinion, her best book. It's a standalone. You can start with it. The only reason why I would say maybe not start with it is I think it's her best. So things are kind of pale in comparison. But this book is so good. It's the ultimate locked room mystery. I always get locked room and closed circle confused. And it's so good. It started its own subgenre or trope or whatever. There's so many books that emulate this one. It is excellent. There is no adaptation, I think, that lives up to it. There's something, oh, I didn't quite do it. My timer just went off. But number 5. Oh, man. That's the first time I didn't make 5. Oh, well. Okay, so let me get back to this one really quick. I have talked in the past about Christie and some of the language she uses, and it's problematic, but why I kind of give her a pass on it. Short story is that Christie uses a lot of, especially in her earlier books, anti-Semitic and racist language. The reason why I hate it too, it makes it really hard to read. It was either Peril at End House or Lord Edgeworth Dies. I could barely get through. However, Christie herself realized the error of her ways. She gave permission for things to be changed. She herself changed, which is why I won't say tolerant of it, but that sort of language would make me not want to read another author, whereas I will continue to read her because she herself learned the error of her ways. In this book, there is a section where, I don't know if it's racism or anti-Semitism or anti-religious. It's not anti-Semitism because it's not about Jewish population. It's about another religious sect, where she says something really, wow, like out there horrible. And I want to say on this one, it's really important to kind of put this one in context, not that it excuses it. But Christie is repeating what people who should know better told her. So what professors and archaeologists and people who are scholarly were saying about this group of people, even though it's erroneous and horrible. And I kind of feel like I can't really hold her to that because she was trusting people she should be able to trust with this information, and they are the ones that were saying this. So it is horrible. It is horrible. There's no way around what she says about these people, but in her case, it's kind of like doing her due diligence, and her due diligence was wrong, and she did what she needed to do. It was just her sources were wrong. So disclaimer on that one. Okay, I totally cheated on that 5x5. I'm sorry, but I love Christie, as you know, so I had to do my Christie one. If you're doing Missing Christie in December, let me know. I don't know if I'm going to do it because like all year is Missing Christie for me. I read Christie all year, and I was already planning to listen to Mysterious Farrah Styles for Remember December. So I don't know. But I totally, if you've never read Christie, that's a great way to start. Anyway, I'm going to stop now because this video is already longer than it should be for a 5-minute video. So thank you very much. Like, subscribe, check my Patreon down below. We have discussions, and we're kind of starting to do some buddy reads on there too. So all information is down below. Thank you very much. Check out Sully's video, and I'll see you next time.